interestingly enough, feels we don't pay enough taxes. I feel differently. We pay more than enough, and we have to insist they stop wasting these tax
Let's talk about taxes in general, though, because you're a tax practitioner, you have your own firm. All this nonsense is actually creating business for you.
That is very true. The compliance, for instance, getting back to these green credits.
Right.
A lot of people don't realize that when they take advantage of this, it actually lowers their cost basis. So they will be paying for this, not only the cost of installation, but on the sale of the property, they will have a tax liability that they would not otherwise have. So all the glitters is not gold.
Well, it's all about paying, just deferring or paying Peter, borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, whatever the saying is, right? I get the credit now, but it lowers my basis for later on, so that doesn't help me in the end.
It really seems to be about placating certain special interest groups. In this case, call it the green lobby or what you will. It is deleterious to our economy right now. We already pay enough taxes. We need our tax dollars spent more efficiently and effectively.
How are you planning right now? We don't know what's happening. We don't know what's happening, whether these credits are being extended, although I think they were actually part of they come up into 2011, if I'm not mistaken, the green credits.
Well, I believe some actually will stay in effect till 2016.
Okay, right. But then there are other things that expired in 2009, and we still don't even know if they're being extended. For instance, can you deduct sales tax versus state and local, right? Things like that. What am I doing? How are you preparing your clients for a 2010 filing season?
Well, we don't do tax returns. What we do is we represent people when there's already a challenge.
Okay.
So as far as preparation, each case is different. A person has to already be in trouble with the federal governments of the state.
Are you finding that's up?
Yes, most certainly.
Why? Is it because the IRS is cracking down because they're making an attempt to collect tax revenue?
Well, there is increased enforcement for sure, but there are individuals who repeatedly were doing things perhaps they were not supposed to be, either unintentionally or deliberately, and now because of the increased scrutiny, they're being called to the carpet on it. So business is increasing.
Okay, let me talk to you about this then. So are you seeing more and more, is it obvious stuff that or is it scandalous? Are we seeing taxpayers just really try to pull the wool over the IRS's eyes because they're just so mad at them and they're almost trying to screw them?
I think that's a very small percentage, a very small percentage indeed. Most people want to do the right thing. It's that a lot of the regulations are seemingly contradictory and some are very convoluted. Additionally, most people who are running their own small or mid-sized businesses, that really preoccupies the majority of their time, just staying afloat, meeting payroll.
Fair enough.
This is one aspect of the business. It's not all aspects.
So what are the majority of your cases these days?
It is a challenge, particularly payroll withholding is a very hotly contested issue. Individuals who are treated as independent contractors, and the federal government now determines that they were actually employees. That is a big deal to an employer.
But are you winning?
It's a mixed bag. It really depends on the facts.
Because then that's the IRS saying, you know, we're cracking down because we need tax revenue, and this looks fuzzy. He's an employee, not an independent contractor.
Maybe so. In some of these cases, winning may be avoiding a penalty previously and then having this individual treated as an employee from this point forward.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. David, always good to have you here.
Thank you.
It's good stuff going on out there. David Selig of his own firm. 46-year-old Marine Corps vet. Yes?
Well, I'm 47 now.
How long were you in the Marine Corps?
4 years.
Well done. Well done. David, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.